One council member says they want to ban anything with nicotine, including e-vapors. Scott Beasley says being homeless takes a toll on the mind, body, and soul. 2,500 hours average a week. It's best for truck drivers to make their own decision. Folks at the state level are looking at legislation similar to the SOGI ordinance in Springfield that would ban discrimination against members of the LGBT community. Symptoms of dog flu include coughing, sneezing, and runny nose, but you won't know that until 5 days after the infection. This isn't your typical coffee shop, though. I talked to the co-founder, Justin Bowler, and he says that the new coffee shop has a worldly effect that benefits more than just the Ozarks.
One of the best macchiatos I've had in a long time. I think their coffee's top-notch.
Butch Fry says that coffee is not the only thing that Eurasia Coffee and Tea takes pride in.
They have some good fair trade practices.
They buy their coffee and tea from all around the world.
Our main coffees are from Sumatra in Indonesia and then also South America. And we have a couple of Jamaica Blue Mountain and Kona, Hawaii as well.
The people that grow the coffee.
10% of the funds actually help with different causes around the world.
At least $1 a pound to a trafficking agency in Kolkata, India. And they provide vocational training for women who are coming out of the sex trade, and also take children who are born into the brothels and give them a safe place.
Human trafficking is not the only issue they help out with.
There's an after-school program for girls coming out of extreme poverty.
A portion of that is going to help the people that need the help. Where the coffee is actually grown and the tea is grown, that's huge for us.
Fowler says that his business can help Commercial Street regrow to its former glory.
We really want to try and have this be a spot where people can get plugged into different volunteering opportunities, whether it's locally here on the street in Springfield or going around the world as well.
Not only is Eurasia Coffee and Tea making a difference around the world, but will help the Ozarks as well. In Springfield, Alan Heckler, Ozarks News Journal.
Just a really good street officer who enjoyed working the graveyard shift and keeping you all safe while you're sleeping.
Officer Aaron Pearson joined the Springfield Police Department 3 years ago. He is married, 30 years old, and has 2 children.
Aaron is currently hospitalized in serious but stable condition.
The shooting happened around 1:30 in the morning. Police say they conducted a full-on search for the suspect.
We had probably 50 officers at one time in and around the perimeter. And then we called in our special response team. They've got a lot of tools that assist with these kinds of operations, and that was another 20 officers or so.
Chief Paul Williams says they arrested a suspect and charges are pending.
He has a long criminal history. He's currently on parole for assault on a law enforcement officer. I'm certain enough that he's the focus of our investigation. We are not actively seeking any other suspects.
Williams says his officers are like family.
As the leader of the organization, it certainly affects me. It's like one of my kids.
And he's not the only one impacted by the incident.
Affects every one of these officers here. Major Manlove, Major McCullough, the other 300 officers out here. It affects each of us personally.
Reporting in Springfield, Alan Heckler, Color 10 News. Mel Larson doesn't really see too many plow trucks on his road.
Not really. They take care of the main streets mainly.
Larson likes to plow snow, where he has
spare time, make a little money.
Superintendent of Streets Ron Bailey says it's not easy plowing the streets of Springfield.
We get the phone calls where people are concerned because they can't see a snow plow, or they haven't seen a snow plow, or they say, how come you're not plowing my street?
There's quite a fleet of plow trucks.
We currently have 36 trucks in the fleet, but we only run 33 on snow operations.
It's not enough, though. The city has been battling the snow in Springfield since Sunday.
We got a hard snowpack on those roads overnight. Last night, and very difficult to get off there. So we concentrated more on the B primary and the A routes to get those cleared. And now we're back on the B routes trying to get those finished up.
With 780 lanes of snow covered here in Springfield, roads like Battlefield here are easily cleaned, while roads like Kickapoo are not cleared because they simply don't have the manpower.
We can't plow every street, so we have to set some baselines somewhere, have to draw a line somewhere, and unfortunately, some people don't get plowed.
And where are those lines drawn?
Within a few blocks. And it's, there are a few streets out there that we're a little further away from and some that we're right up against. It averages out.
If they'll take care of the people on the main thoroughfares, that's the main thing. But it'd be nice if they'd come through once.
Bailey says always take precautions when driving. even if the roads have been plowed. In Springfield, Alan Heckler, Color 10 News. Linda Bratcher was homeless for the last 2 years and finds it hard to pay for utilities in addition to her rent.
It's hard surviving on one person's income. You basically need to have at least 2 people.
She now lives in Beacon Village, which provides affordable living for low-income residents in Springfield.
Gives you the sense of having your own freedom again.
CEO of The Kitchen, Rory Orgeron, says the rent on average is $400 a month.
They might be spending $200 or $250 on rent, but might be spending $250, $350 on utilities.
Geothermal systems use the temperature from the ground as a source of energy. Orgeron says traditional HVAC systems can be expensive on utility costs. Beacon Village 2 should be built in nearly a year, which should save residents 30 to 70% on energy costs compared to Beacon Village 1. Phase 2 of Beacon Village will have 32 units. Brendan Greasymore came up with the bill and says that it will help out Springfield residents with lower incomes for years to come.
It does affect them to a greater degree, and so this project actually helps negate that in the fact that their energy bills would be lower.
There's a chance I can actually save a little bit of money, put that away in the bank and use it for other things.
More money in the bank can mean a brighter future. And in Springfield, Alan Heckler, Color 10 News.